seems like Team 8 with CS, they're also going to anguish in that same confidence as well. Yes. And how on earth is Keo Lamar not being spotted by 8-bit CS? This is absolutely amazing, but this might come back and hurt them where it actually does. Nades being lobbed in. Choke God has been found, and Neo is on his way to find the rest of the crew.
Oh, he certainly has heard the gunshots, knows where his other teammate is, and he's got all the time in the earth to kind of figure out his play, slithering through the grass. Team Soul, they have been absolutely obliterating the lobby. But for 8-bit CS, like you said, they have to be watchful, especially of Keo Lamau. And seems like it's just a matter of seconds before this fight breaks out again.
Neo does not care. I mean, he does not care about any presence in the world. He knows he only needs his buggy and his weapon to actually make it count. And I love to see this happen. 8-bit CS, they've managed to hold on to that pressure coming in from all the teams, but now they are in that finale. But Dragon Esports Superboy, he's managed to survive once again, and look at that bird's eye view. Beautiful.
You know, I've loved how Team Soul has gained that control over the higher ground, you know, pushing everyone across those slopes, and now they are going to benefit massively as Keo Lamau falls down. We have the final 3 remaining. Neo has a slight idea of the
players in IDP and
and he's going to use that to try to flush him out, and will do. And in that moment of doing so, only the final 2 remain.
Absolutely, it is a 2v2, but look at Neo. This man is charging. He's got the DPS, but Omega has been brought down. They're going to turn the game around, and they make it work. A winner chicken dinner that we were looking for is finally in the bag. So the defending champions, they're not going to be unhappy. That was a game and a half for them as well. But look at that, 8-bit CS, 6 eliminations. They literally had a squad hanging over their heads. 8-bit CS couldn't have settled with anything less than a chicken dinner. You could see that tension. You could see that pressure.
Miltan loop yang in latiswal. Kasi swallow chuan. Miltan loot ama po kan ka pakhuman atha kanya. Ni zana po an Miltan loot pay and zone rotation sim Miltan loot pay.
It had to be the zone that sort of helped them in making their case. It felt like could have been movements, but Team Soul, it was about making a statement. And Neo, those critics, thinking that maybe a Hector could have been a better pick, surely answers them back in style.
I mean, to be honest, I was one of them, to be exact. Hector being involved in the lineup, I kind of felt like his experience
got
and
like
his
1 point.
the support that he provides from the backlines have always been a very have always been high for praise for Hector.
Yeah, that is a hun ngaya malso ma par po hi ngatinge a mod thi jon share tu ro mod thi jon share tu ngatinge ni o mod dar here share lo la thalo ta thei chu very bad
episode of Bolty Bundy yesterday. It's absolute fire. You guys should watch it as well. And if you haven't so far, we do have a trailer that has been prepared just for you guys.
Ni zan kha ngatinge ni oh khati mega stream
BGMI, it's not easy.
har sanna kha ka stream kha ache char ringot mai kha ka thim lo an siam thale traina zia kha rei thelo re hen khel zo to mia.
Thank you so much to our creator representatives and to Rick Lee for joining us on stage. You may now leave and we will continue the ceremony. Thank you so much.
Yaratıcılarımıza ve Rick'liye sahnede bize katıldıkları için çok
Ay,
teşekkür ediyor ve onları
Sarblari chu game a crash ati amo ke chu ka streaming device zo technical pa ngai ta game chon no ta streaming zo ka a che charo so me inge chan niam boy tha ka ni technical problem hi wa soilok thei hi ni thin si lova thei top chon han ti thale zung thin mai la
içerik tasarımlarının ve hayran çalışmalarının
Tinga nga
yer
soyang.
aldığı Pitopia Design Project
Ay
ödülleri
ma
var.
ni po tui lo ru thei
Yetenekli
thin ni
göz
chu
alıcı işlerine
TikTok
kendinizi
chuan
kaptırmaya hazır olun.
ni jam po live to lo top mai do man le o ti na kha ka nei man mo
İlk ödülümüz en iyi kıyafet tasarımı için geliyor.
Congratulations to Neo Yuyu, Mr. Anderson, Pavenko Art, Amma and Konami. These skin designs demonstrate the player's insight into culture and fashion and are designed in a delicate and avant-garde way, which is extremely impressive.
Değerli Neo, Mr. Anderson, Pavlenko Art, Ammer ve Konami'yi tebrik ediyoruz. Çalışmaları derin bir kültürel kavrayışı, usta işçilik ve engin hayal gücüyle harmanlamışlar. Yaratıcılığı savaş alanını taşıyarak şık tasarımları ve izleyicileri hayal gücünün sınırsız evrenine taşımanın gücünü bir
Zain
kez
chơi
daha
for
bir araya
aggressive gameplay
getirmişler.
kan mu don o den
Our next award is for best firearms
dewang ti kan
skin
mo
design.
ngai den biong ti
Sıradaki ödül en iyi silah tasarımına
Bipo.
geliyor.
Zain chu
Congratulations
Cái
to
tay trở lại
Suras,
hang rắn
Rami,
băng trẻ và-
SG Toyota, Toxic Thunder and Ali
day
Reza.
2 a
These
day
works
3
both retain
tay
the
bul
essence
chu
of
om
the
veka ma
original
se
firearms
phot
and
chon don
present
lo wa chu ti
different
rwal
themes
chuar
with interesting designs.
e
Suryas, Bami, SG Toyota, Toxic Thunder ve Ali Reza'yı tebrik ediyoruz. Bu tasarımlar
Zanin
orijinal
hi
dokuyu
tu
korumakla
manin
birlikte
thada thiang lawan
uygulanan
top
çeşitli
mai
temaların uyumuyla kullanıcıların dikkatini çekmeyi fazlasıyla başarmış.
tu na top 16 na
Next
om
up
te
is
hi
our best vehicle
top 16 na om
design
atang hian
award.
top
Sıradaki ödül en
10
iyi
phe chu
araç
an
tasarımı
tla le
için
vek thai
geliyor.
tla thai din mun an la ding
Congratulations to
an la
Pam
in le
Rider,
pel
Left
thai
Arm and Shaz Tokyo. These vehicle designs were full of whimsical ideas and boldly incorporated different themes,
Chuan,
bringing unimaginable
ambikin.
appearances.
Palm
Zain
Rider,
Grand Final
Left
khel
Arm
tur
ve
chiang don
Şans
a
Tokyo'yu tebrik ederiz. Çılgın fikirlerin cesurca uygulanmasıyla hayata geçirilen bu araç
hi
tasarımları
hi
hiç
thak de tiang a
beklenmedik bir yaratıcılığı ortaya çıkarmış durumda.
Next up is the award for best fan art.
Sıradaki ödül en iyi hayran çalışması için geliyor.
Congratulations to Sour Cotton Candy, Booze Art, and Indomie Cup. Delicate strokes and beautiful compositions.
Zain
brought
a
more
grand
of a sense
final
of
lu thi
story
achiang
to the
do na
world of PUBG Mobile.
Evo hin la tla thai oh
Fotoğrafken
guys
Booze Art ve
tla thai din
Indomie
hun an la
Cup'ı
ding tu
tebrik
na hian
ederiz. Hassas dokunuşların üstün becerileriyle birleşmesiyle ortaya çıkan bu eserler PUBG Mobile'in hikayesini anlamlandırıyor.
Next, we have our annual integration
sa te
design
bul chu sok
award.
la
Sıradaki
Şey,
ödül
players pun
yılın
hula
en
wa.
iyi entegre tasarımı için geliyor.
Congratulations to Sukrit, Siham, and Alid After. These works really became
Hey, che ga so yang.
in the game, receiving a lot of
Top.
attention and praise.
top 20 hian point som ria chung lam ve kan ne ya chu bang chuan eng po la thleng thai.
En sevdiği giysiler arasına girmeyi başardı.
game khat lek pon point sa ti dang lam thai William aron soi kha dik lu tur nga ma se top 5 chin hi chuan nia an don hi chu ka ring a an tlang hi chu ka ring to top 5 chin hi chu
Sıradaki ödül en popüler tasarım.
Congratulations to Sukrit. Your work has become the most popular PDP skin of this year, leading the fashion trend in PUBG Mobile. Great job. Congratulations.
Sukrit'i tebrik ederiz. Bu tasarım yılın en sevilen PDP seti oldu ve oyuncular arasında yeni bir akım başlattı. En popüler tasarım ödülünü sonuna kadar hak eden bir eser.
We would now like to invite our
rin lo
creative
deuh in underdog si
representatives of
underdog
PDP
si
to the stage
grand
to
final a
receive
hian
their
kan hu thut mai
awards.
thai ni
Congratulations to
lan dan
Sukrit,
atang hi
Shaz
chuan a
Tokyo, Bami, Mr. Anderson, and
underdog
I
si kan
Shanit.
hem zok mel
Ödülleri almak üzere PDP yaratıcı temsilcilerini sahneye davet ediyoruz.
ma ro chu met som pani khel to point som ni chiam point som thu mut ling lo hi chu
Sukrit, Şahs
An bei dong ve rum to chuan ka ring
Anderson, Al Jelit.
Congratulations to our creators, and here to present their awards. Please welcome back to the stage, Rick Lee.
Yaratıcılarımızı tebrik ediyor ve ödüllerini vermek üzere sahneye Tencent Games PUBG Mobile
Zore ma
yapımcısı
Red
ve
Bull ne
High
zanin
Speed
zoro
Studio
nin
Genel
chop
Müdür
lai ha
Yardımcısı
thei sia
Rick
cheng
Lee'yi
za som ni
sahneye
pang
davet
ha
ediyoruz.
ew zain Red Bull man tur mero petlet mai zore ma thank you tu ber nge chu ga chu lo na kan lom tak meo gp ya cheng za som ni pang ha Red Bull man kan dong tlet mai kan lom tak meo ve zain chu top za ni poka thei top chua poka lo tu ma kai pon maro chu soile soi nu technical problem om thin hian om hi chu in thlar hun po an na ve ni se om po se om ve
Thank you so much to our creator, representatives, and of course to Rick Lee for joining us on stage. You may now exit as Day 2's matches will soon begin.
Yaratıcılarımıza ve Rick Lee'ye sahnede bize katıldıkları için çok teşekkür ediyoruz.
BPNC hey hati hin mo
As our ceremony comes to a close, our thanks go out to all the creators who made the ceremony
noti tang rot khan ke na
inspired us all.
thank you em kan lom lu tuk tak meo meo
We are also looking forward to witnessing
À,
how
rồi mà.
people participate in both
points tam lam
PUBG
hulo tan
Mobile
jan aggressive
and
mo tang base
PvP
en nei vak to
projects.
ka ring
And
lao
now, let's
zain
head
live
over
dan
to
to
the
sai la
desk
sa
to kick off Day 2 of the PUBG Mobile Global Championships.
Ödül törenimizin sonuna yaklaşırken bugünü özel kılan bütün tasarımcılarımıza en içten dileklerimize, teşekkürlerimizi sunuyoruz. Yenilikçi yaklaşımları hepimize ilham kaynağı
Aro me
oluyor.
po himiron la pe
Yaratıcılığın
thaila
sınırlarını zorlamaya hep birlikte devam edelim. Önümüzdeki günlerde
top 5 chin
PUBG
chun
Mobile,
him
World
ka
of
ring
Wonder
komo
ve
lok top 5
PvP
kan en lok
projelerinde daha çok
Top
kişinin
five hi
katılması için fazlasıyla
an him
heyecanlıyız.
thailo mai thai example la top 5 ai cho pakhat nei chun himanga pani na nen hi jon him ka ringa pathum na point le an him phanga pali na thleng hin him pha ka ringa amaro an che chevion tho vek an nuai lam mi ho hi top 20 chin an ron che tha viau ani chuan i ala in thak thai top 20 ti lo ten top 16 hi top 16 hi ron che tha viau ni chuan an nuai lam chin mo hei heta panga pa rupna tanga emo ta som na nu lam te an ron che tha viau ni chuan ai in thak tor theya thak na chance pol om viau mai thei ni a soi lok thiam a har khami konga kha chuan a an po ni se tu na top chu qualify chiang to nga Zanin tu sun vek ma se qualify tu ra chu ngai san chu tu na top table hian point zan hi an hu wa an hu lo na hitlem te tak mek meu ani ya chu wang chuan in anh ni chu lepel an nei ring lo karen kan nei lo full mai em se re hem boi thlau ve det don plat du lom ni zan po khan karen nge po lo a om lo wa tiang ring khan ye mo chief mister venga kan om ve to te lo zon eng kan ang thai lo ni hi he kong a che box si mom mai to em lo i lo
super far behind. They need at least 2 chicken dinners in a row and continue to perform really well because it's not just about the chicken dinners. We know the other teams are going to be performing well. They need to be consistent and they need to make sure that the point
host what SD champion mi he khel zo to nge la khel zo lo le la khel zo chu ring lo wa tu te mo sai chin nang kan dum tal ve kang
But yeah, I mean, Stalwart right now, 62 points. It would be amazing to see them, or even Alpha 7, honestly, take home the title for their region, for their country.
point table da chuan ni lo va in ka soi thei lo o tu te tu an om na chu mu vek mai la point table zong zong pa zo mu vek mai la ka soi chuak thei lo a in tu za in tu zong fan tu ten chiang mai roi na game lui thon khel le do na an soi ang khan mo ni za na po khan point som sari chuang zan khataron lo chuak an oma tu diang do chuan ni za na ron lo chuak khan mo loko
At first he was just going, and now he's going like, SOG!
day 2 a khan hemi te hi khomen day 2 a khan top 20 a po om phalawan nian ni po hi ma se day 3 ani zo meu chuan top 10 an ronin vor dai chu an ai zan khat khel that thil thu a khan i an position kha a som chuang ten an invor dor thei ni under 20 a om kha day 3 za na zo meu chuan day 2 thlenga under 20 lam a om kha day 3 a chuan top 10 an ron lang dei mai ni chu wang chuan in i apoi in thla da na chi ani lawa apoi thei don hei hi ma
Are we seeing the Stalwart from tomorrow?
consistent team khat chian om team khat tia consistent hi team hi angin kan chiar theng chu o consistent big hi team hi anom tuan ni zana chicken chicken so ma to big hlei ne match nga kan live mo ga kha seng lo ba ga ke ma chu kan live lo 5 match som kan live a riat sen ngai nam to lo
the car to rotate. That's why he's always in circle.
Yeah.
You know, so the thing is, right, we're talking about Xavier, is that I think we were all surprised to see them come out first place at the end of Last Chance. Not a team that I expected to be perfectly honest. However,
split PMGC split te kan entrin ta an split a chon team flick Miramar split hi en an nuam per mai an split dan ko nga chuan
Yeah, he loves the dingoes. He really does.
tin placement khel thiam bikin am bok ta sar team ma se sar team dangan thiam ka ti na ni lovin to 5 chon hi manga chan chu team da position da khel an om bok lo khel ra thut next game khel chele chi hin tam tet nan tamamo ma se ka soyang khan ma ni night big nei omani ma ni night big nei om ta come on look
you know what? Credit to you, okay? I was like, just randomly dropped Transformers in here. I was gonna make fun of you, but then you made the proper sound.
Thank you.
Wait, what I was gonna say about this team for
man night big nei om vek amo zan khat pin to khel khat top pin oma de I ho to
spread out throughout all the matches.
le point table po kan la siam lo nia
Getting what a total of 29 eliminations yesterday. 16 out of those
ati ang lo tu borok ti sang tu tu pakhat thi nia mo tu na ya
We need to see that being spread out, and we need to start seeing.
tu road map
The
po
way I
la
like
ni
to
si lo
formulate it
mo
all the time is, for me, the mark of a good team is when you look at
point table hi chu kan ang lo vek to kami
is
design
it a
siam
bad
yang
game
lo
of
kan to
0.16 place, or is it
Home
a
vek to
11th place with 3 eliminations? That goes a really, really long way.
hello I ho te da ro soi lo
The only last 3 days, really.
And I feel like that's currently where first to third place, I mean, Star Wars, Alpha 7, and SG are currently being able to differentiate themselves, especially after day one, with where we saw out of them, right? They were, if they were having some bad games, they were able to recover quite quickly.
zain phe ju men rai ngai don yam khoi tu ra tam don chan chu thil ga ro sil nam don chu ni khoi tu tu rong kal man do lo bi
In the first half of yesterday, where they were absolutely awful and they were coming towards the bottom of the page, and then they were able to pick it up with the chicken dinner.
ma se zanin eng lo bek chu lo in give up ve lo ro
The Chinese side.
I asan chu zain chu tam don hai na tam don te me ne
The thing is, they were actually getting placement points.
kim asan theu phe khat theu ang khangai don a flares pakhat theu ka som par ku siam ngai don ne
I was literally gonna say that. We can see our top 10
logo ne
performance as well going
an
into this
logo ho
match.
po khai lo in ready lo ka ngai don ne
My question is, S2G,
zain ai siam fel nge nge ngai nak tu
are
pon
we
tu
gonna
thil
have
ani
a
wa
rematch yet again here today?
Yes.
I was gonna say no.
Oh, I
nga biak thei ni om lo hi buai em hi khat yang soi pom sim lo I ron me po tu thla dong lo chuan ting em moi buai pui chuan ang le
No, to not be eye cheese.
ati khang lang ka hau phep zo don che mon le tu na point chu su la hau ron ti che ni yo
Faster, procedure evos and phase.
in lo da suan le point table la
Entering this one to not get caught on those bridges trying to
Oh.
cross over. I think there are circles where you could adapt, especially we know that on Sanok typically
mali ron thon a ron thon a khana dik vek voi na kan en le ta lo ma le hi ti dik lo
to the east, just go for
hau
more
hrep ngai zo ki nang ba
that should open up opportunities for procedure
lo
evos
in
and
ready in
phase.
se sun ha tam ne
I'm gonna be looking for this quick rotation
Ano?
too for some of the other
Oh.
teams we're talking about with CJ Esports. I'm gonna be looking
om
at
don e match nga bo kan live le don
these loops. Remember the hot drop yesterday? We were not happy with it. All right, I'm hoping with the current position.
tam don ne ka soi chu a vai in som paruk an isiam tur rim sim om don a chu mi ba ka point table lang lo nen som pasari som pariat
That's a good point.
ki ang shil don chen ya an logo te nen kha en tin nan hai leader te an points te nen ni da lu nga an logo te nen qualify jong song kha a san thawin players khat thawin
Misclick.
top 16 grand final lut chin kha
What were we saying last time? What
thon
were
tur
we
ni don lo het nak tu puan tu
make sure that Cardozo
khan
dies
lo
first.
vekin kan ti lam
Take
don
this
stream
off angle, Cardozo.
oh khat yang hain top te te
There's
ang
no
lo
one in there, we're
turin
good.
There's nobody in
That
the
compound is
Cardozo.
free.
I'm still concerned and looking over towards
Okay.
Masija in particular, because as we mentioned before at the start of the show,
tu na match ngai ti le de ya o match li team tin an khel do na kan live tu shim shim match nga zan tin match nga ni hi kan live guys zan tin match so ma om a chan chu pul nga niamo e match li team tin an khela ma se match nga kai ni a live tu jong kan live a team tin kha voi khatan all
and what they can
Kha thiam
bring
em o.
in any match in any given day.
Yeah, I was talking to Junior, one of the Indo talent, and he told me they are very kind of performance.
William,
centered.
understood.
If players not performing good, mainly on Redface, which was really interesting to me. If Redface is having a rough start to the day, they're just gonna bench him for a
You're
little
gone.
bit. Apparently, even though of course you're going to adapt that kind of approach in a PMGC, but it's interesting to see that they really adapt from battleground where they tend to do 2-2 splits on Sanok, 3-1 splits on Orangwa and Miramar, so they try.
time, there is no
What like
one
an
else
tadon
stopping
eh?
both the teams from colliding against each other. So this one is going to be a little bit more interesting to watch. But
Sonic
now switching
here.
focus inside of Lifecraft. Now Lifecraft's run this tournament has been interesting to say the least.
I mean, it certainly is, right? I mean, Lifecraft
It's
also
low and
pretty
Ronnie
interesting position where they are currently on that 136
ha tu na han ka biak kha GFX lam
and this is where I
nan
think
kan
the
nga lu
tension
tuka
really rises
an
because
hriat tel tur chu
you know
engwai
from
nge nga tinge chet te hi
136,
amuan em
this
lo
team
ti
can
mai thaya
potentially go anywhere. I mean, depends
chu
on
chu
the
ka ron
leads
soi
that
fia
they're
du
having,
chu
but
mani lok khan
they
ML
can
lam
potentially go up
mo
to
organizer
156,
zinga mi
they can go up to
hian
100.
fan nei thara ka
86
hria
is
so lo
relevant,
chan
they
an
have
fam
to
ma
block past
saber
the
ani
games
a
as well. So
an fam ma
can't
saber
really
nin ka
judge
hria
this team,
a
can't really say
Miss
what is gonna
Lily
happen, but
soi ta
this
lo
team
lo ila
certainly
BGMI
needs
lam
to
chan
go
chadon
all
chong
guns
lo wa
blazing. I mean,
ei
if they
organizer
do have
zinga
their
mi ni
eyes on
Miss Lily
qualification, the
Miss
only
Lily hi
way
an
to
fam ma
kind of do
saber
that
ani
is
in ka hria a
to
no ten
try and
nei
take
thar
those early
chia
fights
an
right
fa
on
khan
now.
van
I
doi
would
khak
say
te
just
kar
win
khat po
one
ti khan
game.
dam
You
pui lo
need
zan
that
ni
chicken
na
dinner.
ni
You need
boral
the 50
oh
finishes in the same
boral
game.
san
You
lau
need
maya
30
van doi
points
khak
from
takin
one
khong ai
game.
khak
The
khok
next
maya
game as well, you
khang
go
neu
in,
neu ate
you
khan ML lam
try
pong
your
re
level
so
best
chon
to at
game te
least
khan
hit that
postponing
20-point
ka hria
marker.
tiang
That
khop
is the
chuan
only situation
organizer
that I
lam
see
te am buai
Lifecraft
ve
really
har
getting
san
to the
na
finals
oma
with. Without the
neu
improvement
neu
of
om ve
bonus
kha tiang
points.
thi na
Because
te
there
khan
will
an
be
tlak
the other
buaka
teams that will have
chu
the
wang
bonus
chuan
points
thil
at the
hi
back because they've
han che
done
zung
well
zung
in
har
this
thina
week in
in dai lawa na
particular, and they
maya
will have the
khang
extra
konga
advantage
khan
at the
no
end
kha
of the
thiam
day.
sam
But let's
sam
see
ma
what
min
the
do
fate
pui
holds
turin
for
kan
Lifecraft.
som
In the meanwhile,
non
Newman,
le
now we were
shim
talking
shim boka
about
ni
Newman
chu
for a long time
oh
during the pre-game as well. After I joined in, of course.
so yang
And
khan
we
thil re
expected,
re hing
as
shing
the
re reng hi
conversation went,
kan
Newman
hriat pui
did
lo
very
chin
well
a
for
hian har
themselves in
sana
week 1. Week
ai
2
hi
was a
an
little
lo
bit of a
nei
dip
fur
off, and that is
an
why
lo nei
they
fau
are
thi na
in trouble
tiang
in
tu
week
chuan
3.
thi
But
na
hey,
ten tlak
trouble
buk
in
na te
paradise
oma
is
thi
not
na
going
ten
to end
tlak
as
buka
enigma LeBron. It
tiang
seems
khop
like
chu
it
ti
doesn't
chung
look too
chuan
close
thei
for
dom so in
comfort
trana ron la
against
la la
Bloodstar
la
from
la
Zanin.
ani
Oh,
mo
he
om
certainly
zia
enjoys
chuan
these positions. I think LeBron always
amaro chu
loves to venture into those
mishing
and
vek
make
kan
any
nia
lines
i
and
han
get
down chang kan
confused
neya han
about their
ha lu
presence.
tu ko
It
wanga
seems like he
han
is getting those
down
information
ngoi ngoi te
about
po om ve
to Newman Gaming as of now.
amaro
Clutch
chu
got
thei
being
top chu
spotted over there. He
chua
heard
reng
the
thau ni
tires
ti
of
kha
the buggy rumble, so
ha soi
it's
ka soi lang du
interesting
sim
to
sim
see
ani
how he reacts.
ka trong kha
Well,
chiang
as of
tro
now, the reaction is simple. He's just trying to run around towards the
Zanin
cliffside
von
and see if he
Keldon,
can get some
Keldon.
vision on the opposition. In the meanwhile, though, on the finish
khel
tree,
lo
it
tur
seems
ti
like
manom lo an
there
mani
is
lut
a
dua
little bit of a
an lut du lo
scuffle
game an lut
happening in
du
the
lo
city
ni
of
lo
Los
chuan
Leones. 7 Shaw against the players of TMZ. That will also
tuna
be an
India
interesting
team
fight,
hi
but
chu
we have the
PMG
results. TMZ,
sia
they've lost one
langsar
player.
turan
They're going to try and
kala
exit the
shalo
city of Los Leones with just 3 men
an
remaining in the
langsar lo
squad.
vek ang
I
tuna
mean, Johnny, we
PMGC
know
team
troublemakers and we
PMGC
know
hawi
how
and
they
then
actually like to play. So
Yeah.
I
lo
wouldn't be
balikan lo
surprised
van
if they still want to take that
lo
fight, but
tak
it seems
India
like
hian
they've taken a
an T1
disengagement.
No,
ho
they
po hian
stopped Rook.
They stopped, right? And they're falling back, which is very
Dua ini tronga zoi game
About
sound ki
60
ring de ulek ah
they
10% aga da to
start
si
making
game
wiser
sound hi
decisions, and it seems like troublemakers, they've grown. They're experienced.
ta kan
in
dang
actually
oh.
right
Yeah,
now.
look.
They're not the young bloods
I-
from
They
BGMI.
just
Organizer
went back right
zing
for Friday.
organizer
back in
zing
the
ami
last
hiam
minute.
mo
But I believe
No
the
ten nei
decision
thara.
will be a little bit more
Ti
mature.
chuanin,
The last time we saw
no
them, I
ten
mean,
nei
they
thar
would have
kha
just ran into the same
ni
building
kar
that
khat
Seven
po
Shore
an no
was in,
a
looking to
fanu
wipe
thar
off.
an
This
fathar
time round, at least
fanu
they're
nge
waiting
fa
on the
pa
outer
hello
perimeter
va
of the city.
an fathar khan
What is
dam
going
pui
on
zo
over
lo
here?
vin
GWL
khan i
making the great
fa nei
escape
thar
from the
nei
city of
chi ma se
Montenuevo,
boral
while
sana
there's Grind One
chung wang chuan
Esports.
thi na ten
Second
organizer
point.
zing a hian har sana min
Grind
tlak
One
buak na
Esports was the
sakhop
last
mai
time
tu na
they were
hian
there in the competition.
chung no
We
no
know
wang de
now
chuan du
that
ang ngot in
they're
thil hi
certainly
ati
were
thei lo
pressured
wa
by the likes of
har sana kan
ORB
tok
and
no
then
no wa
that region.
amaro
Once
chu
again, I think a
na
similar
ania
situation
thil
might
set back
occur,
ton ni
but
van
we
thei
need
to
to
pigan chua
a
organizer
much
te po kan in
larger
nem
step
hlei
after
thei
the
man lo ni
victory
tiang
as
khop
well
chu
as
kan
well.
buai
A
ve a
massive
khang
split
konga
comes in
khan
from their
ni
side.
thei
They
ra jon
try
tin
and
tlak
look
vek hi kan
at the
tu ma
distance
amaro chu
between
min hriat
Mana
thiam sang
and the
sam
rest
pok an nge na ni organizer jong jong te chan chu thi na ten tlak bok chung po in thei to bar ani pana ron chomi li khong ai thak em mai ma ne fat ma ni fa rila ra fa la chan no tan chuan kan hriat thiam pui khen rin om lo ma se an fam ha sam per ning ka hele ha ra nei chi a boral santasia tur tu nu tan phei chon da don tu ani mo nu tan phei chon ma ni rila ra fa cha ni thil na mai lo nia tiang khop chuan kan hriat pui lo wa hian behind the scenes a hian I har san na hi organizer te lam point tok ve na sai me mani ti kha an soi lang shrim shrim ani ngati ke kan India team go ve la kan ni em chan ni sha sa
and grind, but they also have to kind of focus on the end game as well. I'm pretty sure
kan tai ma tok lo
in spite of all the early game aggression, every single one of these
hre dan so na
go out with the chicken dinner under
hey hemi hi min zot le don William pin lo wang hey 745 hey hemi hi tan hun hi min zot ngun lu da zan tai tin an life up min zot mo la do lo da la sir hey ro me pok la dong thai lo
Oh no.
Gladiators, their form is not really the best at its occasion.
But Some, he's gonna get finished over here. As the players of THW, they show up.
Gun
He's
skills
trying
akan
to make a
palo.
run for his life. Hellgod running behind that broken
A spray
building.
India spray traber
Realizes
kan
that
tipo BGS itu tiang BMPS kan an spray ni la an tracing here mo global palo lo global chu alu misual lu a hian an silai mu hi ain bua emoti mai tur hian I ani chat mai ni tiang khop chuan an mani po an thok rim boka kan in thlau lu tuk rongot gun skill sa mortal te che that tum te kha IQ wang ani kha
And the answer to that question, Salty, is yes. Because now Enigma, they are
mortal
trying
dalan
to
sar
position
khama
themselves from where they can wrap themselves around the players of TSW. And look at the amount of damage that's being dished out. The first knock has been secured. And Enigma, they have the upper hand in this fight.
I love this recovery from Team Enigma, to be honest. The reinforcements came at the right time, and now with the agility they've got, I think TSW, they've been stopped dead on their tracks, especially with that one knock. But the crucial thing could have been is that potential flank from Enigma could have stopped that revival dead on its tracks. That is where I think TSW could have been really hurt much more.
Oh, they're still going to go for it. They know that the players from the side of TSW are going to be low. And this is going to be the most important knock that Enigma could have asked for. Malik taken down. Another man running upstairs with just a sliver of HP, but Enigma, they know for sure that they have the upper hand in this fight. And Sekiro, look at his position. He's been pinned out outside the building. And if he tries to run indoors, he's going to be sandwiched from either side. Get knocked out. Addy needs to be careful. There's another man taking a leap of faith from the top. And even he is going to be taken down. THW, a massive blunder from their end. They had multiple opportunities to pick off
technical
Some,
problem
but
thil
they
zu
just
kal
delayed
thei
it
si
so
lo ma
much.
ma soi
And
lo the
Enigma,
mizoram
they
chu
turned it
karena
around,
chebok
and the
ne da chem a
retaliation,
thatok lo
it was
bok
just perfect.
ane no kan nga tin ram re thei kan ni na langa kai po tem PC te pok out ve ema PC te ne ya changka tak tak ti lan ve te po ka cha ka ni amaro chu khang tu khan sum le pa nga ya kan nei big lova sablarian ti dan chu ti khati ron ti thina ka it vel tu ka ni kai pon I sablarian te nga PC manga han ti ve te hi changka tak ka thil dan ti te pai ka chak ve thina amaro chu sponsor ti te mo khatiang kan nei ni ngon lo chon thil har do mai nia ti ngot thei si lo wa sablari te chu zutir tu nia a san pa sum lak lo ne ke ni zir lai kan nia a san pa sum lak lo san kan nei ve lo wa income tra kan nei lo wa har me ma ni tan chuan mo
And that would be awesome without opening it. Yeah, that would be nice.
global zone to ba ka ti BGMI chu kan lu har de flek o nin za zo ti consistent berle ti wan chu solve versus go like sensor ani a boring ve le zer bin ne gre do system that te re ne a sol le god like cha pon lo om zia so sol le god like kian bo ro kan lo nei lian to a play a team lian ma san nia na sol te mortal awanga tir tranga laran nia goblin te hon la lu tan ron che tha chun zom nen god like la ni se jon na thana oma India player zing of lar ber le tha ber om box ya ha wang khan bo ro khi sang ani mai fans tem bo ro no ti sang bok ne blin te pon thalut tu ka maro chu han el pui ti mang hei beef han nei pui tu na evo le team flick beef kanom tir char ta fans te halamin khatiang dewa beef han om tir tu ri an nei lo tlek maya ei wa hi ni pakhata mo an bo ro ka len rang na chan ni kan paisa hi lo lo le bok e malam tro san
One way or the other. As of now, with this strategy, it seems pretty clear that they might just play for survival, take fights in the extreme late game stages. But switching things over, we move to the northern side of Hacienda del Patron, where we have the players of Lifecraft Esports with a nice little cover for themselves.
They definitely do have a lot of cover, but the problem is, in fact, not the problem is that they do not really have any.
Life at the hand, I device thak ro. In han ti top the point om trina ni asha om ve thin ni in thla run te hi na ve trina kan soi le shum shum anga in thla run te point na ve trina amaro chu device an thak te hi thil all sam ani lo millionaire kan ni big lo mo hai chung te tanga po sum nga le hausa kan ni big lo thla tu te tanga hausa kan ni lo shum shuma chu wang chuan in har sa ve e mani I thil man to mani lo wa e tu na ka device ka iPad man te hi nei tur hian ka thok ka rim re ani ke ma ka in sacrifice ve na sa ni
Northwestern
chu wang
side
chuan
looking
in
to
ahar
control the zone, especially
maya
DOD and Dragon
khatiang ti
Esports
tur
will hold
khan
a massive advantage. Dragon Esports
ke ma
a
po
little
om
bit more than
khoping ka
everyone
om
else,
thin ni
is they're heading towards that hill, towards the western edge, and that will give
tu
them
na po
such an
ipad te chu
advantage in
a
terms
thaber
of
ber
gathering
gan du ve lo
information.
mo
But
ka
hey,
du
hey,
ber
hey,
te phei chu
it
nuai
seems
khat
like the
vel
collision
la ni
that
tiang
started
vel khan ni
in
device
Modern
man te hi
Weather
atawa
has still not come to an end. We
PC
still
la
have
ni se
Grind
anuai
1
te la
Esports
nia
and GWL
thil nei
leading
ol
each
sam man
other.
ni
Well,
lova
GWL
a
are
har
trying to
ve
gatekeep
ve ma
Grind 1 and Grind 1 is
ma
not
se chun
letting
ko
them
an
lead.
kan in khat tam tak hi chong kan sa thin lova a har zia hi sum hi ol sam tak an nei thei hi ni big se lo ma khang kunga khan kan in hriat thiam ton ve ngai
Yeah, that was the
ol
last
sam
player
tak
from
a tiang la
PSW. Kyola Mao getting
sum
finished
du du
off.
hona phor chuak mai
Strange
thei mi
punches
kan ni
his
big
own
lo a
teammate Kraken
sai
for
tu
getting
ten
knocked
on
out like
thira
that.
device sia thar
But
lei
that's
ro
even
e
bad.
han
As I
in ti
said,
top
PSW
thin te hi
eliminated from
in
the
tharun
league
chu
with
na
no
ma ro
eliminations
chu
to their name.
khami
But
nei tur
meanwhile,
khan
the human they were
youtube
having
tra
their
la
own
lu ti
fight
do ni
against
la
the troublemakers.
khadan la lu
And
hian kan device
troublemakers,
pakhat
three-man
bo dei
squad,
lowa
well,
mo
they have
50%
equalized the
tak
numbers
yel po
just a
device
little
man
bit
hi dei
as
lo ni
Blood Squad was knocked
tiang
out,
khop
but
chuan
now
i
he's been brought back
thil
into
man
the
to
game.
man
So,
ni si lo wa
they
device
have
te
the
hi
upper hand again.
har lut tu ka ni
are up against? That is the question. They have team troublemakers right in front of
mi
them.
zon tel
They've
ve me
also
tai
got
jon tel
team
lo
Forest
o
Ape
asoi tu
right
ta
in
ni
the
ol
front
tri na
lines,
sponsor
and
thai
that
an
just
ni le chong
exposes them
si
from
thin
under
lo ni
bankers. I think Team TFT
mi sei se
will
rin nuam
have
kan
a
tia chang hi
very
cho kan
nice
ti
vantage
tri na
point
fiam thu te point thian ho
onto
ti ti
Shadow
na
if he
den kan
does
soi
find
thin
the peak even
o
past the
tiang han
point
soi
he
tu
opened
te
from
hian
the back.
o an device nei te han
But
stream
all I
se
wonder is,
han ti ve sa
are these
casting te
players
hi thil na mai ani lo
poised,
zia
or are
tong
they
char
prepared
char
for
ngai
what
thil
could
thlir
come
ngai
from
game
the
in
Eastern
sorbing na
part
sa
of
ta
the
nga
circle?
ya
So many teams trying to
tiang
beat
zong
them, but
zong te han ti ve
Gladiators
se
seems
har
they've
sa
gone
ji han
for
tha
a
chiang do
longer
na
split.
thi
They're
kan ti
following
thri na
in the footsteps of Team DOD.
a lo thlir tu ta ni zo
Trying to
all sam
protect
thri ni
themselves
football po
from
kan
what
so ya nep chu ti kha ti kan han
Let's
ti ma kan soi hit a
Maybe able to
anuam
make
ve
it through.
boka
Sounds like a
soi
great
tu
idea,
ti
to
na ni
be
chuang lo wa
honest,
kan
but
ngai dan chuan soi thiang ve
wants
ka
to start pushing
ama
towards
ro
the
chu
hills, towards the set
thil
lane. Can cause a lot
sumot
of trouble
tam
for the
tak ani
Gladiators
toi
as
zo
well, but
har sal
8
tu
CS,
kan
we were talking about them. Finally, they have at least
chen
a
sing kan
certain
nei
amount
har
of
do
edge
ni
of
o
the
ga
circle in their
so kar na
control.
thok
They
ni lo
entered
phei chuan
from
so
the
kan na thok tan
southwestern
pon
edge.
mo chen sing
And
sing
there
kha
were
thi
just
mo
two
eng
teams
ma ni
close to
lo
them. One was Enigma, just east of their position, and the other one was Grind 1, just north of their spot. But Dragon Esports,
tun lai khu ve la
seems like
chen
they
sing kha
found
thi
an opening
eng
against
ma ni
against
to la
GWL. Nick was knocked out, wants to finish him off, and is looking to make the push, but needs to be careful. He is getting shot at from either sides. Unknowingly, Dragon Esports, they have sandwiched themselves between GWL and Grind 1, and this is just going to cause a lot of trouble for them. Look at the shots coming in from at him from the distance. He's trying his level best to take one down, but he needs to be careful because look at the position of Jimmy and Showgod.
mi zo ma
This is
son
such a
number
nice
1 ve
stuff
fe
that just happened. I mean,
om ji chu
GWL and Grind
a
1
sang ber
fighting
ve
for
ven
a
ni tu
long
na
time,
hian
but it seems like that deadlock has broken. But Dragon Esports certainly being the
kum
catalyst
kal
to
zel
this
nga
situation
device
once
de
again
te
has
chu
got
an
Team
in thon ve
DWL
thai me
rotating,
han ti tra
stopped
tra
them
te
dead
da
off
fe
their
ni mo
tracks,
nom ne
and
zo
now all
thank
of
you
a sudden
mm
only
yeah
3 teams were involved in the mix of things.
thil hi
8
soi le
seems
soi
like
nu han
a
soi ang khan an
surprise,
ol
a
sam taka
big
han nei
game
mai
kind of
thai hi ni
spoiled
thin
the
si lo
party.
mo
Now, which
nei
team
hi
are
ju
they
ka chak
gonna
ve
spoil
thin lu
party
tu
for is going to be the question
khom
as
do
of
lo
now.
mi
But
so ni
ladies and
te
gentlemen, the circle
khom
has
te chong an live
definitely
thai na
taken a massive
em mi
shift
se le ni polo
on
lu tha
towards
zanin chu en
Gladiators,
cha
on
kom to
towards
ve
Live
em mu
Club,
no
DOD
mu
as
vi
well. They've got the
wang
edge of the circle, but now look at this team
point
Newman
table kan
Gaming,
tilang lawa
just
point
wide
table hi
splitting
ka
the
fe
circle
ka
in two halves, just
top
riding
16 ho hi
like
an
that.
la him mi a lo le nga la
The
ma
kill is gonna
lat
survive.
la
He
vek
does have
thai
the
din
first
hunan
hit,
la
he
ding
heals
tu
them
na
up.
hian
Oh, he
top
barely
10
made it
chin hin
through. I
lat
mean,
la
it
vek thai
was
kha zong za ko
Blood
pate po khan lat la
Lucky
thai
that he ran
he
for
ta
that
ang qualify
kill.
phalo
Blood
thai
Squad
ra nga ya
running and scrapping for
arom
cover.
comment ve
Oh,
boka
still gonna get knocked out.
ni
Goes
za
for
na
a
voi
beautiful
khadan
shot
chicken
that
de
the
de
man
ga
did
rom
not
pore
have
me
enough
bre da
HP to survive this. Goat
tiep le
needs to
vo
be
chon
careful, and
ni
Newman, they've taken a
ai
massive
bo
hit.
rong an
But
nei
7
lo
show, as we talk about them, look at their
so ni
position.
ke
They're
ga lo
pinned on
so
that
pe
low
oh
ground.
hak
The
te
compounds around them
right thank
are
you
being
mm
challenged. Joy Boy has been knocked out as well, so 7 Shaw, they do not have the numbers players to defend their position. This can cause massive trouble for them in a few short seconds.
This certainly can cause massive troubles, but even for Newman Gaming, as a matter of fact, they want to get Killer alive. And the only way they can do that is by laying that smoke pulp. We've seen that is a very risky avenue. But look at this right now. 9-1 esports against 8-bit CS. And 8-bit, they don't require.
You call this 8-bit showing up out of nowhere. The drift runner. Adam is going to be knocked out. Jugga in the backside. And he's going to get run over with that buggy. 8-bit CS, 3 eliminations on the board, but they've lost one key player. Leo White, who got picked up after the stylish knock he secured.
You know, I don't really care if he gets
Cái
picked
xoay
off.
khăn
That
này.
drift finish was
Cái
absolutely
xin thì
devastating. On the other side,
anh
of
nằm
course,
mấy
the
ni lâu
troublemakers
gì lệ
and
hi chu
Gaming
han
are
ti chin
duking
se
it out. It seems like Somme has been taken out.
cái
This is a
sinh
good
trăng
comeback
lạc lụ
by
thì
the
anh mà
troublemakers.
anh ni lâu gì thì han ria se tao tao hi zum bei dong tu hi ka khat nem lu tu han ti se ti tak tak pe lo mo cái sinh ai han cái sinh lu trong char lo nga ha da ma nga ya ti khan mà ni in maintain te angai về lu tu này.
And with Enigma, well, they've brought Somme back. Enigma is doing a oh no, Addy. I thought that was his nade, but no, it was Adil. George's nade locked perfectly, and Addy was knocked out. Adil looking to secure that finish. Where did that shot come from? I believe it was across the road.
Yeah,
it
was through the windows from a
yeah.
distance. But Team Troublemakers, I think they'll have to worry about the shots coming in from the close range. An entire army is going to approach him. Team NRE spots. He has to be very careful of those windows. Those were the windows where the shots were coming from.
Yeah.
But Enigma Gaming completely flooding the ground floor. I kind of wonder, I think one nade is just going to be enough to finish off Adil.
Well, it will be, and even Addy knows that. Look at that, just lobs that in his face. And that will be the end of Troublemakers, ladies and gentlemen. Enigma Gaming, as I said, brilliant job. They've taken so many fights till this point that they've still not lost a single player. They are dealing with the pressure. If it gets too much, they just instantly back off. And that is such a great strategy from them.
Absolutely, but on this side, I think Dragon Esports, in fact, Livecraft and 8-bit CS, I think they've got themselves in a deadlock. Livecraft specifically, oh my god,
nice.
Mafia, he had such a nice angle, but it seems like from the back lines, he was so much open. The nade, of course, is going to knock down Ronak, but two players still remain. And finally, Johnny, the reinforcement arrives.
Oh!
Steps into the fire, into the frying pan. He burns into a crisp. Lovely stuff.
Well, that's a barbecue right there, and a half juicy one as well. But 8-bit in the back lines. Ronak has been brought back into the game. Doesn't really matter. They've lost their IGL. Might and Ronak. It's down to these players. Livecraft, they have the man advantage to work with, and a brilliant split across that cliff from where they can lob a lot of utility upon the opposition. Now, I think they have switched focus, though, from 8-bit CS. They've moved on and are already trying to challenge the players of Enigma, which is definitely not going to be easy. Omega, a few shots fired upon the players of 8-bit CS, realizes the line of fire is not really there. The players have a lot of smokes in the bags and they've lobbed them for soft cover, but life
cái sản này tôi lưu giao ngày xí gì hi ngay lúc tục rồi ngót sản khát tốn nào po tiền mi dấu ram bi kan han live ta Evo le team flick RIP liam ber ta pathum to me mo team flick cho RIP thau ta Spectamin atue ma zo pon game fight lo nga zo ta Spectamin la ale la min I bias min spec claim la I bias min ti boka kan bias kwal vel many team thum ta so va tournament stream kan lo ni box si lo team zong so atel zong ta na casting ti kan ni box ya kan tha thiam le to thin si lo kan bias ha le mem ringo mai mo chang hi chuan amaro chu hey antinan ka stream hi en nula fight la online fight la lo hi ka stream mi ka en lawang fight la ze ka ngon sen ta ni arwala fight la ni chuan ke en like kan en tlang puya amaro chu chang hi chuan
yeah, he's kind of pissed possibly.
chu ti khati hi kan tir se be se chai chu down ve rui te hi thil ol ve deuh tho ni mani ya kan ran se le thil tu kan ne kan thu hi dam lo ma ke so kum bai ve pe pon lo so da har ro ka chiang har tho ri ma ngai ba ga hen do thei te tlom ai angai lu tuk en sum na te anasa de woni je lo zan ni zan la se sin one dog class we are 7 da men pa party zo ya nom ta ka ha chu ma se kha po khan soi dan chuan ola khan school han hi hom ne dia tiang ver ka chu se ma
right in a pickle, but it seems like two nades being lobbed in. They could have been the massive game changer as Clutch God as well as the rest of the crew. They are being pincered by the Blue Zone as well. Look at that, they are being choked to death, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm sure they can take full advantage of that, but I believe they are panicking as well. Goat, he's the only man with any finishes for his team. He's looking for a few more. It seems like the nade might just be... Oh, it's just perfect. Clutch God getting clutched. Whiskey is going to take damage from the blue as well, and he might get knocked out, but no, preemptively another nade locked, and Cody's looking to go for the first. The spray is going to be perfect. He gets one more.
Hey, oh, hey, pahin mina bondeu kha. Trail solo kills ne kha team tan kill ron ne om chun ni le to apus le pop to me hey. A thu dei.
He is gonna get
Let's go to the clutch.
0 on the man.
Absolutely, Newman Gaming. They have completely turned this fight around, but now they also have to turn their fate around as well. They'll have to travel a massive distance because look at where the circle is, just completely favoring the lads from Livecraft as well as GWL. But for Newman Gaming, no climb is difficult enough because they can turn over everything.
Well, right now would be the perfect opportunity as well to make that climb because Livecraft, they are completely distracted by the players of Enigma Gaming in the backlines, and there's one more team that was causing them to panic. I believe it was GWL inside the circle. Look at this. Good, he tried his level best. The utility usage was precise. The spray on Whiskey was right on his head. But it was the reflex who, well, actually just got baited because Clutchguard just stood there with the shotgun aimed already on the corner. And all he had to do was just press one button for the last finish. But we're down to 17, 20 players alive in this matchup. And GWL, as we said, still looking to control the circle. The only team that can challenge them will be do or die.
Oh no, I'm not really sure. Utility is running out, resources
Mani
are
live
running out for GWL. On the other side, Live is running out for Team Enigma. 2 players being brought down, one from Team Newman. Clutchguard is down, Shadow still fighting. A 1v1, and he finishes things off. Team Enigma, they reign supreme yet again, and hopes and dreams have been crushed once again.
Well, Enigma Shadow tries his level best, but not enough HP to survive from that onslaught. In the meanwhile, GWL and their collision against Do or Die has come to fruition, and it will be Shubhayu handling the pressure for his team. Should need to realize that the DBS won't work at that range, but it doesn't even matter. GWL, they had 2 players, one more in the backline was enough to wrap that fight up. But finally, we're down to the top 3. It's Livecraft. We were talking about them and how important it was for Livecraft to win this game, put big numbers on the board. Enigma, they are carrying their teammates into the circle. They want to keep all 4 players alive and intact. And somewhere, he has made sure that Infinity and LeBron, they're not going to be lost to the blue.
This is real, right? Because why not when you have such a lovely dip for yourself inside the circle? And look at this, quite a few positions that were held by Livecraft and GWL. Enigma, they've actually found themselves a nice little spot where they can play from. GWL has spotted that, and they have started to be lobbed in.
Jago bahi game khadan chicken ve de phur ve me ni zanam points kan enjo aban so kan lo khel select ko ni it to shit the zana am break line face cam thina guys break la here mo ka ei tui hi ka in ne mani liter thum liter li te kan ka zunga ha dam no hun gai
well, they're gonna look to ruin the day for Livecraft and Enigma at the same time, but let's see how this fight will come to its final conclusion. It is 12 players remaining, 3 teams still alive, complete with everything that they would want, but Mafia, oh my goodness, it was so close. Zoda almost getting knocked out.
The good part is Livecraft is the only team who have got the center of the circle for themselves. On the other side, GWL, they are being forced to come on towards the top of this little plateau. And even Enigma, I think, they have kind of delayed that little push, but it seems like even they will be forced by that loop. And that is exactly where Livecraft, they're going to sit back, relax, and Enigma, GWL will have to duke it out.
Well, let's see how far these teams will take this. Enigma, they want to climb up, they want to climb up from this ridge, but this getting shot at from both different directions, but finally they build up the courage and they make the push going after Livecraft. 3 players running it down, damage from the flank will be enough, and Omega is the one to kick things off. Now with an 8 can take Infinity down as well. It's going to be 2 nades lobbed indoors. One of them does connect on LeBron just slightly, but Enigma, they made it through. They have decent cover to work with, but still lose 1 along the way as Omega is going to find the pick, and Infinity is going to get dropped. Zombie without delay, Addy is going to be the last man left standing as GWL from the flank. They're causing so much trouble. Enigma, they wiped out from the game, and Livecraft, they've lost 1 from their side as well. GFW, they have full control of this house. And looks like they will secure this win. Just 1 man left. Jadu, you want to see some magic? There you go, buddy.
Absolutely, what a massive game we've had. This is a play-by-play caster's dream, to be honest. Multiple fights happening left, right, and center, and Team GWL just reigning supreme. I absolutely loved it, but from the start till the end, it was action-packed, back-to-back. and there was no stopping these teams. Now, this is exactly what we mean when the last day arrives inside of BMPS, ladies and gentlemen. But Johnny, you've got to take a breather.
This was a war and a half. It wasn't even a match of BGMI towards the end.
But we enjoyed it. I absolutely loved it because look at the way how Newman and Enigma made their way through. Newman for sure. It was a good fight, but it kind of felt like two titans now pushing together and they're trying to do the unthinkable. That was the motive.
Yeah, especially Enigma. As we said, I mean, Enigma, we saw them try and approach fights from the start of the game, and they made it towards the end without losing a single player. That is what was impressive about there, and then they secured a lot of eliminations on the board, plus 10 points for placement for finishing in the top 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too shabby.
That certainly is not too shabby. But look at this, right? GWL, right from the back lines, that timing on that ambush was so fine. I kind of felt like the circle, I kind of felt like GWL will be the first one to get pushed inside and will be like exposed all from all directions. But they timed that rotation to perfection. But ladies and gentlemen, it seems like GWL, they certainly had the blessings of Lady Luck, a little bit of skill there as well, a little bit of cleverness.
UDF har kelo UDF modi G ni kha dong ja ko
like
tuk
this
ma sak
in
ber
your
khan
games
example
as well, you need
ani sar kai hi
and that
o
is
ta
the
ma lo
fruits of
trong
blessing. It has been a fabulous game
lol
set
ma
that
ya
has been launched by Crafted.
PMGC ta ka khel tan ton hi ST hi champion ro se come on action ta ho an phu ve lo ST chu champion.
They do need to keep moving forward. Nade sent in by Bamboo over towards Rock. God, open Bamboo will take him down. A distance, a good
Voi khat pian ve mana mani game hinga mau han ni top mai chu tro mau tuai ti vel ro tuai ti vel he vel ne bamboo ai ti top mai hinga po mau deu top mai mau chu du ngai na vel ne mau deu top mai ni nó ta mau mu ma ko ro che po gaming ti ka tel do ka thiam mel do ang sao à anh spray đến PMG chứ gun skill sa India chứ lục India cho nên này global chứ lục lâu tắc cắn đi lục lâu tắc đủ đủ hơn anh thua anh chạy qua trở sát thấy anh có thể dùng global hơn chứ.
They managed to get across that quarry position as well, which is a very, very tricky crossing, especially with the positions that Alpha
100 likes kan lakai lo. Let's go guys. Like ila. On the top like halo.
Pretty great fashion. Major Pride 2 eliminations though. They want a little bit more in the meantime. IHC will fall 4 eliminations, 3 placement points. Not the best result, but out come Alpha 7. They are on the hunt. They want to
PMG si jo an pro talk ti na chuma. En rang ro global player hi. FPP mode and switch den zia hin samang. An FPP mode, FPP switch den to rule. FPP mode den zia here.
In a row of days here, if they manage to make it all the way through, Weibo Gaming praying for an Eastern shift here. If they do, A7 will have to fight uphill towards them.
A7 hi inconsistent kap mai ni min danga zena po hei last circle an dam le toi ST te sun dam mi lo hi A7 in lead de yang there's going to India chuan ken pe lo main lane a eng man ni ngai chuang hei ne main lane pon thleng thei chuang hai le ne an sub cheng a sub leng che o sar o boy thak to thin ve o
where they will bite the dust. 3 teams now remain. Shadow, a Lone Ranger, WBG, bold with the crash. Up in the vehicle, but the cut across from Mafioso's good. First
and split te avahan den thei tak oh
take it down, flushed away. Alpha 7 lose an opening man. Ming is there, but there's an answer.
Hey, FPP mode vekin angai na reflectional by ava maoi rivo hi jo anin nga na ni ve chiang lo me 7 hi jo rivo hi jo aden thot kha ka soi zo chia rivo le karil hoi jo anin nga na thi ni chiang lo me tin mo India player ida kan man na sat lo PMG sin an man na sat em ju stun grenade til vom chia hian stun grenade thì ăn ni cho ăn và han mang nem tak ăn mang thiểm bốc dân thằng nghe đã nó trả để sát tắc anh careless stun grenade kinh lâu hi nó mang ngay lâu ra ăn mang thiểm anh global player hậu đăng làm nát chú mà
to move first here. Shadow, position known. Looks for an angle with the DBS, wants to push out, but it's a bit of a stalemate. It's going to come down to the blue zone, and nobody's towards the
cần mang thiểm lâu ra tu nam mình dâu kể là tên stun grenade char hi mu tu rin om lâu ra stun grenade thì cần trăng cái nó lẽ thật nó cần sẽ lâu cái thì mấy sợi thiểm đám đó rồi và han để cả FPP mode suy dâu accurate zia kha Aden S7 chicken jeng lead ngal an FPP mode switch avahan accurate ten thai tak because FPP mode switch ven ma ni zone boy zai nak char hal dom milo spec la zai zo tu tak leng ma more point kling lo me theni tak anh stun grenade anh van mang theo tribals on vẽ trắng cái này cần bộ phalo cái gì mấy nar tak hin tam ve nhiều hay hậu sa thấy im mele ha po Gucci bé cái này ha 100 likes rồi là let's go guys han không bỏ cả vật dung lốc tiền cả dồn chuiกันlâu 100 likes rồi thấy em
top spot under control. S2G went down a little bit earlier. They're going to drop down further in those points totals. See, they're pretty happy with that one. You got to be. What a way to kick things off. A lot of valuable points earned by Titan as well from the middle of those tables to try and push their way up.
Yeah, I think for Titans, this was an incredibly important game. For Weibo Gaming, I think another thing to talk about here, John, is the fact that, you know, realistically, looking at their games yesterday, they certainly stepped up in performance towards the end of the day, and I think my question about them was whether they're going to be able to continue that going into the future, right? And today they have. Certainly with that first game, again, both Chinese squads that were doing not so great yesterday have started to turn things around a little bit. Always is the case when we come to these
100 likes phalo that me azun chuin come on like low kanam chom lo like so let's go guys 100 likes la Rivoi chu den na ni he pa hi chu ni kuma tang bo khana den to don't try chan na lam lo na mo William khom don lo Mr. si tak ngel point khom lo Mr. nge all sonic hi don't try pring ai tim ma ya ka PUBG a Johnson ge nei dong ve lo dam mi zo zo si lai mu kan care le ani mai kan ak tok la cái pon thấu sân cái này tây gần măng mỏ hey in boost tây hiền mỏ i tiếng tiếng i com in chung mi om man boost tây hiền mỏ sân cái này tây trăng cai nhiều
and looks like it's going to be another good day for the Brazilian squad. So Brazilian fans at home, you can certainly be happy about this one. It's always that first game that makes a world of difference to this squad. They made it happen here.
I was pleased with Major Pride as well during that. It looked like they had a little bit of life in them during that match, despite having.
There's number in com là dân tụi em mình trong try pui tang soni cái gì mafioso bon tuk sa soni cái voi thì người đang mình hủ đà nên tu nan khel đàn angan khel cho anh tiếng lawang anh là thầy din hun an ding Zanin game an thak le nga yang den ve ga shot gan kha double barrel mu kha mun ni chiao ma away slow shim den asin a laser spray te kha on target pop mo don aga lo trong try pui fe kang so DBS ai cho home guard silai tha zo
Mafioso there at the end. I know being able to clutch clutch up that 1v1v1. This was a player that I was wondering how he was going to be coming in today, especially with how his day finished yesterday in Myanmar, not being lucky. But for Alpha 7, I feel like they played that so well, right? They had the 2 splits there in that compound, and they decided to regroup at the right time. This is something that we were talking about when we were watching the game there, Max. And something that I do want to point out, though, is Shadow ended up sneaking up on them. They were a little
Mr. Si suka choice ani no pui tlak guys. Oh, team maya hell Mr. Palai tip team hero. Bil pai nei lo lo mi.
We can afford to go for this 2-2 split east of Quarry for the longest time, and the moment the team decides to breach, which in that case was
Anh thì mi hiện văn pai em cái thì phi cái cao hin xiam mà phi cái cao nó in stock tụm hi thing.
again popping off, getting those wins here, Seven, and also getting those eliminations on these big matches that now should push them up in first place.
Since we're talking about Brazil,
Damn girl. Wow. Hey chu dinner lunch ai pui turin ka va chua pui fellow ve lunch min ai pui dung em a chu a music and vel tang in tha thei tura ka ngai INM a highlight ke na tang chuan lunch min ai pui thei ngem a hi. Can I take you out for a coffee? A cup of coffee? Ah. Would you like to have a cup of coffee with me?
But here they just clash right from the get-go, which I still don't understand why it's happening despite having one gain going exactly this way.
Would you like to have a cup of coffee with me? Come on, look, he'll get update, look.
Big way to the point where they didn't end up engaging, and then STG decides to take a weird fight outside the circle against 628, which made absolutely no sense, and it was just due because of a knock. Once they got that knock, they're like, okay, let's make that push. They still didn't have the numbers. It just made absolutely no sense for me, that fight from STG and 628.
Well, Alpha 7 able to get themselves back into first place here, overtaking Stalwart Esports. As you see, WBG as well, getting themselves up to third. A good push here out of WBG, not to mention Titan as well, because Titan, for them, the amount of points they put up, 15. We're talking about, I was saying actually that I think Titan performed so much better today, and we're starting to see it here, able to get themselves into 8th place now, and China, they're coming back for a vengeance.
Yeah, playing straight center. Yeah, 12 to 8 actually, as you say there, 7. And here's centering up so quickly because they understood, look, Barn, Quarry area on Sanark is a bit rough, so we want to do in a similar fashion what we had on the WBG's game on their angle yesterday that they ended up winning. We're going to just center up, play a compound, and stay there for as long as we possible, and just take to bare minimum the amount of movement you have to do late game.
You're mentioning Quarry, and I actually wanted to talk about Quarry a little bit because you were looking at your team in particular, Stalwart,
my team,
in a really
Mr. Sutton rim veng ai la wa ngo fe ka mo min lo tiang ai gu ba po kom rang kho IG a hian nya ka soi hei I followers pon nei lo post pon nei lo hei fake ti sian lut tuk ang chi hi nam thri na ma a soni ki le tu o Mr. Sikhan hanin tirim chete ngom ja hanin tirim chete tin mo
get the res, you're losing players, you can't take the fight anymore, and you just got to survive and snake your way into the rest of the game. Stalwart teams are going to respond a lot quicker to these kind of situations. Splits like this might work in the league stage, might work in survival last chance.
Can I take you out for a cup of coffee? Wow. Come on, end lệ lock all guys. Damn girl. Wow. Damn girl. Damn, he need to top me.
If they do end up in the position, I'm hoping it's just a flash in the pan here. What happened in Sandhawk? It's just Sandhawk. I'm not gonna freak out, but yeah, I'm with you. I didn't like. I think if we saw it happen, we're like, why are they still split?
I don't know. It's win. I love how every time we make a point on the Sanok game, it's like, bit Sanok, so whatever.
Yeah. That's the underlying factor.
Live box second do box global khel ve chang nam nang khan ko global khel en ma mister si chu
You've got the players of Grind 1
live rel tu to do lo
around the centers. They've got that control. Gujarat Tigers need to find
cho po lai lo
and
wa
need to hold on to their life.
William ko boil tu khimo ka thin rim man lo an tik lai pon busy busy le big me miss you.
Yeah, this one's gonna go nowhere. I believe he was expecting the players of Grind 1 to actually aggressively push, but that's not really the case. Although I like the positioning that Gujarat Tigers have, they will be able to provide each other with ample amount of cover. But Grind 1 on the other side, they are not looking to back off. The aggression in their eyes is just forcing the push. And Tony is the man leading the charge this time. Realizes Prince is going to be on the other side of the stairs, but is he prepared for the duel?
I think he's got that shotgun, and Tony, he needs some meds at this point.
Yeah.
And for Gujarat Tigers, they've got everything cut out for them, at least from this angle. If somebody pushes onto its Prince, it's going to be Eggy trying to provide the cover fire, but with that Vector, he's not really been lucky.
But switching focus towards Camp Bravo, as we said, there's 3 teams in this particular location. GH, they've surrounded the vicinity, the outer compounds of Camp Bravo, and inside the actual camp, you have Forest Ape taking the fight against the players of FS. Forest Ape, they have the advantage in their hands as they were able to secure the opening finish of this fight, and of course this match as well. And now I think with the numbers advantage, they want to push, they want to make sure that FS, for them, there will be no escape. Demon, speaking the corner, has the crosshair lined up, but Forest Ape, they are being extremely skeptical with how they want to make this push happen.
You know, it's all about who aggresses and who gets the first knock, and Ash seems to have opened up the floodgates as Demon has already gone down. It all comes down to the last man, Turbo.
Turbo is hiding on the first floor, but will he be
BGMI
able to survive?
Still needs to be careful,
as mentioned, last man remaining has the entirety of the Forest Ape army to face off again, secures 1 knock at least. With the DBS, he's going to go for the reload, tries to go for the second knock, but Westgard with that UMP has dished out a lot of damage and will also be the final nail in the coffin for FS. An early wipe, something they weren't really hoping for, but the third party can happen at any time, Fixes.
Now look at this, Gujarat Tigers are kind of putting their pieces together. Now they've got
all
side. Now this is where they might be looking at isolating the players of G1. Tony, he's got that EBS, Atom, he's got that AKM. Finally, here comes the pod.
Well, they are trying to set up the push, in fact. Set it up in a way where Gujarat Tigers can isolate these duos from the side of Grind 1 Esports, but GH, I have to give them props. They've been extremely patient and smart about this. Just held back long enough to let the other teams hear all the commotion.
Let them judge.
Chime in and look, Fixes, who is there on the mountains just south of Bootcamp. You have the players from the side of Silly Gaming, but Grind 1 Atom needs to be careful.
Smoking is injurious to health. He asirai da telila thamang. This is really
That's exactly what he's thinking. But Jackson opening the floodgates over here as AJ comes out. There comes the response as Atom also falls down. In the midst of all this, Silly might be looking to make a move.
Well, they have the perfect opportunity to go for the third party.
Coffee ka input thei check am ti kha ka life lo en ni chuan min lo chang te
well, make that Grind 1 down to 2 as
Cruz
is going to be the one knocked out by Eggy as he tries to make the run from the back warehouses down into the main bootcamp area. And with that, I think Gujarat Tigers have the upper hand in this fight. It's just going to be one last player.
Mani phải rất clutch đến nó FS đến ra OP clutch thấy được. RealSonic William gay thấy được bà lên bà cái tiếng ai đâu.
It looks impossible at this point. Jackson and Eggy, they will have to hide with everything that they have.
Silly Gaming from the backlines have even taken away the point. The player that Gujarat Tigers knocked out. GT down to 2 players, G1 down to just 1 player, and Silly Gaming, they are just having an absolute ball holding on to the shack and just aiming down their sights onto the bootcamp area. They're just waiting to spot our players, and anyone who reveals their position is going to be done. But Silly, look at that. It feels like Fixes. Do you think they're going to get a taste of their own medicine? Because BR Titans are closing in on their rear.
I'm least concerned about Team Silly.
What is Dragon Esports up to? Look up north.
Yeah, Dragon Esports wants to enter into the circle from the Mong Nai region. But looking at the bigger picture, it was a very important game for Gujarat Tigers.
Live low and take coffee to the center. Coffee is a low money in a coffee telling Nilam he could harm.
Does not matter what the outcome of this fight
favorite
is.
drinks and favorite drinks. Coffee
Well,
here.
Gujarat Tigers, them surviving depends on how aggressively BR Titans push the players from Silly Gaming and force them to take another position and not the top of the hill. And it seems like BR Titans, they aren't going to back off anytime soon, as K-Flex is going to run up top behind that sniper tower and is going to land a few shots on Evil Surya. In the meanwhile, Great Esports, their collision against TSW is happening somewhere else on the map, but this is where our focus shall remain. K-Flex leading the charge for his team, armed with the DBS. He has his teammate following him up, but Silly Gaming, they've regrouped themselves within that shack and will be able to protect themselves for a while.
The BR Titans, they made it a purpose of their life to go after hunting down the players of Team Silly.
Oh, no.
K-Flex, I don't know what's going on in his mind. A little bit of more of that adrenaline though, and suddenly kind of seems to be on a little bit of a back foot. But now, again, this is kind of constantly driving my attention to that fight happening in boot camp. Gujarat Tigers, how do they survive? They still need so many points.
Mr. Lasunik coffee cherry lu am to coffee in pui tu razong.
G1 can't really do anything because even
Coffee hi
Gujarat
ju
Tigers are
atui
aware of where
malom
Jacob is.
tvelo mi ju
But maybe
adu
Gujarat
testing
Tigers can
coffee
finish
mo
him off, get that extra
ka favorite
win,
drinks
pick
ani
off a
ma
lot of first aid, just
vele
wait for
athletes
heal
maya
battles from here on out. But this is a little bit of a
went
recap
like
of that early
essence the
fight.
pokan
Ladies
boy
and
pui
gentlemen,
fela
false tape against the players of FS,
ni nom
and
YouTube
it
like
seems
text
at
lo lak
no
fa
point
pa
in
non
that entire
30%
situation
text
was
coffee
false
pui
tape
tu kha
out
lo
of
lang fat ro
control of the
Mr.
fight.
Si kan so me
Finally
don
they
mi
get to
yeah
fight. And this one fight breaking out, yeah, Gujarat Tigers had a really solid start, but Cruz from the backlines did a lot of damage.
Sasoni coffee chu eng lo len na
I think
yeah
now finally the flush comes in. Let's
ki
see what happens.
hey India
Well,
pon
it
ma
is going to be Silly Gaming this time kicking things off. They have secured the opening knock, but with BR Titans, they don't take anything lying down. They are also committing for a fight indoors. And in a matter of seconds, two players from the side of Silly Gaming knocked out. A few more charging forward. The DBS in the hands of K-Flex. It's going to do wonders. Secures one knock, goes down instantly. Man in the back line, Skeleton stands up and stands there for his team.
Next
The
year
last line of defense doing its job. BR Titans still holding strong with a 4-man squad in this game. In the meanwhile, an update. Team you were about fixtures.
Yeah,
They're not there.
Not there anymore. It's done and
Kan
dusted.
lang
for
thao
Gujarat
em
Tigers.
face
That's
cái mà
the
hiền
most they could have pushed. But
kan ler
for now,
lo
as
o
things
ki ma
stand,
lo ma ti
it is gonna
Mrs.
be
am
aggressive,
treat em
this particular team is also in contention. One good game, 130-pointer, maybe could just rise from the ashes.
Completely agree with that, but the problem with that is that they need those 30
Mr.
points.
Sitrin,
and
yeah.
It's just going to be a stressful situation to be in. In the meanwhile, though, it seems like their attention is still focused on the players of Team Seal, and they have the wrong read of where the players are, though.
Oh yeah, I mean at least for Team Seal, they kind of started
next
to
year
see
chu mi
themselves
khela
way out in the
oh
open.
sorry chelo
But
shum
to
shum
unfortunately
ti
knock
ve
off
mi rom
John
bol
Gaming
tum tan kha
on
Mr. Sin
his
William
weapons.
Mr. Sin ron ler
Was
tan
all
yo
that grenade. Now 4 AM, they have to take their sweet time. They're kind of getting their forces together. Need to surround them somehow.
ti gen khele dong kha kan pin vek kha pin message kha i live chat shim shim pin message o min en ma sak hi a tha zon danga tum danga po mi dang live a po o poi thil poi mo hi kan pin thin ni lak lo la es lo lang sekin he om ve o
Ace Black
es lan hun tur ka shabi khlai ne
with his own nade again. That's the
kan
second
lu phak
time
me
he's
lem
done
tlai
that.
pui ka ron phone che ai da busy a ron biak che ka tuma i man to mi rong call te man to chuan sa te pui
We both have, right? Because, at
Wow,
Silly,
that was a burn and a half, bro.
Mr. Ball su om dan thiam le
else
lo
can
ang
we
dik
say at
chia
this
mai
point? Silly is nowhere in contention, and you've got so many of the other teams. Look at Gujarat Tigers. Well, one of those teams
Sarin
we
din
can
mun
say
thavak lo
is finally out
Evo khel live
from the
don em
BMPS.
I'm
Now,
fine
the
live don
likes of Dragon Esports, who could certainly put their stakes on for the top 16, but you take a look at the circle. Now, we wanted a different circle.
Yeah.
We have got this.
sat le pui man to man le
Now it comes down to testing the IGLs and their minds. How well versed are with the topography on that northwestern side, northeastern side rather.
I'm not
boy
gonna
lai
get
tang ni
excited
lo
about
call
this
back
zone,
thing le
'cause if
cho
this
so
goes
ai tu nam lo
back
call te
and
sa
forth,
voice
it's gonna
mic lo
be
off me ang man to
difficult
chuan
different times in the
man
past,
to
so
chuan
it's
mi
not
lo
gonna be
call
as exciting.
man vele
Although
ho
if
pin
it
message
takes
om
a shift towards
okay sa
the
bi
Mong
puli ang
Nai
hal
side,
riau mai
then
active
things
churon
will be
active ma se
different.
hal
You
lu tu
rarely
ka
get
mod
to
pai
see
la
those,
a chi
setup
lo palang
towards the
lo
northeast.
bias
But
palang
online Mong Nai again is a position that has a very weird terrain to work with. You have just this line of hills surrounding the compounds along the shoreline, and it becomes very difficult to survive. Doesn't matter where you are exactly. You will have to fight against the opposition to clear up positions. But talking about clearing things up, Team Seal trying to clear up the distance between them and the players of 4AM.
And I think at this point 4AM need to look at the bigger picture. I think they flattened out one of the tires of that US, and they have to look on towards getting inside the zone, because now we will have the injection of a lot of the teams getting inside the circle, and if they do not have a good game, or if they cannot even enter inside the circle, their trouble just keeps on folding a lot of pages there.
Oh, this is going to be intense. Shady, he has level 1 armor and level 1 helmet still, and that helmet is gone. Still 4AM, they do not want to back off, still looking for the fight against players of Seal. While Do spotted out, skillful, trying to land those shots, does not really have an opportunity to do so. But I believe 4AM, they still hold the advantage in this entire scuffle, because they are the ones who are on that inner side, the inner edge of the blue. They'll be the first ones to move towards the safe area.
Yeah, they're in a little bit of a predicament there. For sure. Nothing taking that away from them, but for Newman. Alright, the boys are moving from Camp Charlie. I hope they've collected enough meds from the Southern Belt. Now, kind of starts me into pushing. Who will the healer be? Because you can see everybody's just gotten a single first aid. And seems like they've left someone behind.
Yeah,
I guess it's going to be Wixky.
Yeah, they left him behind, hurt his feelings. He's going to travel on that bike. But isn't this the dream, Fixes? You and the lads in a Lamborghini?
It certainly is. Not the way I would picture, fighting my way through with a very expensive vehicle. But, it is what it is, right? But now you've got the players of Team Seal. They're kind of in this little kerfuffle. And for 4AM, they have no intentions of letting them pass.
I hope both these teams realize that in a few short moments now. Oh, no.
No way.
Whoa. Now that is something else. While the players of Seal and 4AM were just struggling to decide whether to fight or not, Newman, they show up and their answer is simple. Yes, we will fight, and we won't just fight, we will win. Because right after a few seconds they show up, they make sure that Team Seal is not there anymore. And this should be a sign for 4AM that they need to get out of there as soon as possible.
And they do. They scurry the hell out of there. But for Team Newman, this is a huge, huge bonus.
Yeah.
Getting those 4 finishes. If they could at least get 6 or 7 more and get a second position in terms of how they end their game, now that could really open the gates of qualification for them. But for 8-bit CS, look at this. The circle's gone towards Camp Bravo. You've got the players of Gaming Hub kind of scattered around. And this is where Dragon Esports have the perfect opportunity to strike and take control.
Them and 8-bit CS playing that shoreline, they know for a fact there's no one going to be coming from their rear. But the question is, can they handle the aggression that will be brought upon them from up front? In the meanwhile, Glitch on our screens. They've breached the circle from the northwestern edge and now are looking to push towards the center. It won't be as easy as they thought. There's already teams waiting for them in the front.
Indeed. For Glitch X Reborn, one last chance. They've got to deliver. And considering where they are right now, yeah, they're in a promising position, but they have to hold on to their circle with their dear life. And Dragon Esports, bear in mind that they have gone off to a really good start. And a couple more finishes and maybe a chicken dinner. And suddenly, they can also start dreaming.
Well, they are already dreaming, but I think they are trying their level best to turn their dream into reality. And the chicken dinner that you mentioned, that will definitely be the key to all of it. Just 2 finishes in the game have been able to deter the opposition from closing in on their position, but this was such a brilliant move. Shadow, the 2 knocks. What? He got the 3rd one as well. Getting out of the vehicle, the shotgun. The DBS doing its job, and Shadow as well. But Newman, how far can they take this? I believe from those 4 finishes, they can stack up the first aids and maybe just heal battle their way to the top 3.
They're still outside the blue, still collecting as many first aids as possible. And now where I'm starting to wonder if actually Wixky is going to join them, because they haven't really left out of that compound. Could have collected a few first aids from those crates, but Shadow, words fall short of how brilliant this guy was in that little fight. But for now, as things stand, 4AM, They kind of have gotten inside the circle. They've got a little compounds to them. And Newman, by the path that they're moving in through, they might meet them. But Jagga, OP, boy oh boy, how is he still alive?
Jagga OG fixes, and well, he's gonna be gone.
Not OP, not OG anymore.
Should have turned into Jagga Jasoos. Try to find out where exactly the opposition can be.
Yeah, but I think one thing he could have really done, which could prove fruitful for the players of Newman, is that he's baited out those gunshots.
Yeah, that's
now,
true.
Newman certainly know for a fact that for aggressive
they
men,
don't.
they're looking out for them.
They don't, I think, because they are just clearly headed in the same direction. And yeah, there's going to be the punish. It should be an easy one as well, Newman. I believe their time in this game is going to come to an end. One player, Shadow OG, already finished off. Gil taking a lot of damage. Has Clutch got right next to him, but we know for a fact that Newman, they have a backup plan in the name of Whiskey. And his job is simple. Take those first aids, go for a heal battle, secure those placement points.
He certainly has to. Now we can see four aggressive men kind of living up to their name. Kind of have both the players of Newman Gaming pincered, because you've got Whiskey trying to go in for the heal, but Forest Apes, they're going to be enjoying that sweet position they're being holding on to. And now this is the circle shift that we were hoping for, a little bit of a Camp Bravo circle just on the outskirts of it. Now Dragon Esports and 8-Bit CS, both of them have to make their way in with the players of Grid kind of maybe lurking around. Bhan, they still have an option. You've got few high ground areas to play. Let's see how teams perform.
I mean, Forest Ape, they're going to be so upset they haven't gotten a zone like this since the start of the tournament. And now in the last game is when they have the circle right on their heads. They have been in control of that Cam Bravo for a long time, and it seems like they will have to face off against a few players from the side of Glitch to maintain that control, or maybe not, because Glitch is just circling around this Cam Bravo and not really breaching in. Finally have decided to take control and try to take the fight against the Forest Ape, and they aren't the only ones who have this idea. Even Dragon Esports, they show up. Things are not looking good for the Apes.
It certainly isn't. At this point, so many of the participants inside this one military compound. Let's see how this team kind of fizzles out, or maybe rises from the ashes. We've got so many of those contenders, Dragon Esports, Glitch, Ape, right next to each other. It's all about that first knock, and all hell shall break loose.
Well, it is about finding that opening, and whoever finds it will definitely be able to do a lot more for their particular squad. Glitch, in the meanwhile, the nades in the hands of Roman. Oh, realize there's a man on the back lines as well. The last player remaining, I believe, from the side of GH is Drake, just hiding in a corner. And there's Whiskey. He's in Kampong.
Oh, he's got 37 first aids to work along with, and seems like he's just making do with all the bandages he has. But right now, we've got another fight breaking out. THW, they decide to march in on Dragon Esports.
Well, this is the 4th team entering that Camp Bravo. There were already 3 of them in the form of Ape, Dragon Esports, and Glitch, who are present towards the left-hand side of the screen, just outside of our vision. There it is, we finally see Roman. But TSW, they've also breezed in from the right. And Dragon Esports, it seems like, can be sandwiched at any given time. But Keolama, oh my goodness, that nade was just perfect. He's making up for the mistakes made in the previous game. And now Dragon Esports will finally start to feel the pressure. Let's not forget, this is another team that's eyeing out the slot in the grand finals, and TSW are here to snatch it away from them, but mistakes have been made as Sekiro runs out into the open and is going to get sandwiched by the Apes and the side of Glitch Reborn. TSW, that is a nasty, unnecessary hit that they've taken, but also a breathing room being given to the players of Dragon Esport.
Oh, certainly. But suddenly you can see Dragon Esports, their numbers have started to dwindle to the point where they've just got one man surviving.
Ouch.
Wanted has have to do it. He's got no other choice. Glitch X Reborn, the moment the fight broke out, they realized it's a perfect opportunity as Yash, he's looking forward to getting a few finishes. Already has managed to secure a knock, but has to hold on. He's got all the sweet time, but now look at that circle shift. It's gone beyond Cam Bravo. Now they've all got to migrate from over here.
And this is going to force these teams outside of their cover. The first ones to move are going to be the players from Glitch Reborn. But from the flank, Great Esports, look at them and the shenanigans they are up to, causing a lot of trouble for the side of 4 aggressive man. Skillful has been brought back into the game, but Great, they are not looking to stop anytime soon. JD Gaming Whitey, what is the decision from the side of... they are disengaging. They're just moving out.
Oh, they certainly are. but for Great Esports, not a lot to pull through. But if for Aggressive Men can survive the onslaught over here coming from Great as the final, in fact, the penultimate player from Team Newman, he falls. But one more remaining as Suryajot, he's been spotted out. So 4 Aggressive Men know all that intervention that is coming along their way. And suddenly 4 Aggressive Men still trying to contest for the circle. They will have to watch out for 8-bit CS.
Oh, they will definitely have to watch out for the opposition 8-bit CS. 4-man strong, complete control of the eastern side. There's no way that anyone will be allowed to breach their position. And as soon as a few of the other teams try to make their way, they're going to be finished off. But a recap of what happened to the players of GH, a collision against the players of Glitch Reborn. Glitch Reborn was able to snatch that cover away from the side of Game Hub. But Apes, they're still holding on to the edge of Cam Bravo, refusing to move out, refusing to go anywhere else. And they still have Dragon Esports wanted. Oracle from the side of GH, and Red is going to hit the dust. Great Esports, they lose out on the key man.
Yeah, that's all she wrote for Team Great over there. At least, you know, players falling down, but GlitchX Reborn having spotted out Slayer, he's going to fall as well. But Ralph, he's been taken out of the picture right now as Roman, him getting traded off. This is absolute warfare going on, Johnny.
It is a warfare, and Glitch Reborn 2 players down. Not a lot of hope remaining, but let's see. Great, they have stopped the engagement.
Oh, they certainly have, at least for this moment. You know, Team Glitch, they need to get the revive on Ralph with 8-bit CS still in contention. They could make things worse for them. Duke, where is he looking? And before he could even react, Skillful gets that knock.
Well, it's the backlines that were compromised, and Glitch, they are going to pay a heavy price for this. Duke, the key man, the key player from the side, knocked out. Chris OP lobs a smoke between the shacks, crosses over to go for a revive, but 4AM in the backlines now. The distraction is going to be there in the form of 8-bit CS. Shots fired by Skillful, looking to take down the second player in the backlines, but Juicy, he's going to be the one more precise with the crosshair. Karan, look at him. 3 first aids, and the last man remaining for the side of 4AM. A chicken dinner was needed to help them move up the rankings, but I don't think that is going to be there in their hands at the end of the game. And now just 5 teams remaining, 12 players still alive, as even Great Esports are going to hit the deck.
Oh yes, for 4 Aggressive Men, they've got Karan, last player like you said, will look into the crates, can find a few more first aids, but that's not going to make the cut. He has to survive somehow with GlitchX Reborn. Newman still in contention. Everybody, even 8-bit CS, eyeing out for that chicken dinner. Do not have a lot of finishes to their names, but finally, the Apes have come out of their hiding. Yash still around Camp Bravo as Mighty takes the fall.
What a nade over there. Perfect knock secured. That's the opening that 8-bit CS wanted, but they have also been traded out. That is not something they were looking forward to. Leo Whitey, the pressure will be on this man now to deal with the flanks, to deal with the pressure coming in from the side of Glitch and deny them the entry from that southern side. But Glitch, also the only team that are anywhere close to the circle in the middle of no man's land. And Whiskey is still there. Wow, 10 first aids remaining. He's done it.
10 first aids, but he needs to dig it a little bit more. But Leo Whitey seems like he struck gold at this point, getting that knock on Duke. If he gets a couple more finishes, could really help them in their endeavors of making it to the grand finals right now, where they sit at just at the cusp of making it through. But now they still have to end this game on a bigger note, and now they will have to focus on getting this chicken.
That nade, it's going to overshoot. I thought it's going to be right on top of Leo's head. Well, the second one was between him and Juicy, and Mighty in the backlines is going to be forced to move up on the ridge. But Glitch, the revive needs to happen, and after that, the first aid needs to be popped instantly, because if Duke is still on his knees, then it is all done and dusted. And well, as soon as he gets up, Ash is going to be there to put him back in his place. Glitch Reborn on the verge of getting eliminated. Ralph doing the job perfectly. He's going to wipe out 8-bit from the map, and this match is between Glitch Reborn and the last player standing from the side of Forest Ape. Yash in the backlines trying to survive. 15 first aids in the back. This is the 8th stage of the match. If this goes to that heal battle moment, Forest Ape, they can potentially walk away with the win. But Whiskey, he's out of that healing utility, and his job is done. The top 3 in the back. 10 points that they wanted. Well, they have gotten them.
Oh, indeed. And now GlitchX Reborn, they are going to savor the delight of this victory. How have they come through? How many fights have they had to take? and they still come out swinging. And 12 finishes and a chicken dinner, Johnny. Oh, this is looking interesting.
Chris has one first aid. How many does Ralph? He has none! So it is obvious. If in the next 20 seconds Yash can survive the next 20, well, I don't think he'll survive. He just has his first. Yeah, he has over. Glitch rebound. What an anticlimactic end, but still what a fun game, ladies and gentlemen. Forest Ape against the Glitch, and of course 8-bit CS as well, going down to the wire, down to the razor's edge. But in the end, it is the last fight, the last-ditch effort from Ralph that brings the team back into a fighting stance. And well, I believe this should be the end. 5 first aids remaining. Ah, he gets taken out. That is it. As we said, Glitch won, the chicken dinner in the bag, but how many finishes were they able to get?
I think around 12.
Wow.
And should make the cut. If you talk about the amount of points, 27 points, and where they were at. Clearly, I think we're crossing that 180 points barrier. Such an important game, such an unpredictable game of Sanhok. We did not expect to see a circle like this. We got it.
We just look at who were the top 5 of this match. You had Glitch, you had Forest Ape, you had Newman, you had 8-bit CS, you had 4 AM. Every single team that we were talking about, alright, fighting for the position, fighting for those points. And they desperately need them. All of them just showcasing how important this game of Sanhok was for them.
Yeah, they did, but let's understand for a fact that it was a final game, and right now it was only Glitch X Reborn that collected a lot of points. Others 10, 12 will not suffice.
Exactly, but one thing is enough to suffice and will fulfill our needs, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Royal Pass. So I hope you guys are getting freaky with the new Royal Pass that is out there, because the theme is Freaky Fiesta. I hope you have enjoyed this as well till now, Fixes.
For sure.
Have you?
Yeah.
All right, so Fixes approves, and I hope you guys also enjoy the new Royal Pass, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move forward, check it out, and then we're going to come back with a lot more discussions about the action.
Lâu xoay về lúc tới group à ha. Almis này cái gì bedu to. Oh, lâu ti. Mr. Si bedu mi mo cái chol về to nghe cái thô mấy cái dòng support về trên tệ luôn nên anh mo Jordan. Chỉ nào cái dòng phone cái mang đây lom cái mic point trên nang. Samo về to là zandar review bậc hạt chơi này là anh về ngang trên cho là ni o sa sa gray kha min mo to min thì team lệ đây chú bỏ tới case mà đây tổ khan ô sa sa gray kha chú mi i re char char lo
And if they can get that heal off, might have a little bit better of a chance, but you've got DX Xavier with other ideas.
Bobo Ho from Morph attempting to get themselves out, but it's DX Xavier once again looking over towards Stalwart. Major Pride get the circle, but one more obstacle in their way before they start to feel safe on this game. Good shots from action. Major Pride looking to take the fight now.
Sonic ilay se ini to them. Mi ball tum kham ko lang se pa lawang.
Needs to try and hold out now on this hillside. You can see the reposition coming through in the distance with DXavier moving. I'm looking at the picture on the bottom right of your screens right now, and look at that, DXavier actually flanking around. Major Pride have trouble now on this ridge side, and you can see they've read into that. They've heard those vehicles move. They know they need to keep that reinforcement there.
That's a strong rotate coming from DXavier. They saw the move made by Major Pride, instantaneously take the high ground from them.
Sonic sual so.
And Major Pride feeling a little bit uncomfortable.
Inge ka sual na.
Still have to move further in.
Nga ka tinga ba tin rum tha party chu. Oh inge gaming zo de ra tin rum chan de rồi ni ka rian đi. Mak de de ra la tin rum chan de game am zo to ma.
Very low there. That heel does in fact get it. Forward send there on the buggy, trying to gather that information, getting a little bit more intel towards that Major Pride outpost effect now in a 3-1. He is the straggler of it. In fact, looking to try and handle it. Tra has got 3 names.
Live do hang go ba ling da. Kapot la. Ga ron da se lom live kan tran ve la. Live ai tran ve la ha. Live la ko ve. Ôi em lộ em ấy, nó mi sân thế. Cái lại phía ha rồi đang gặp bộ.
Sort of saved by the bell there. Circle moves back up towards that north side. DXavier really happy about their rotate now. Stalwart though very far into the game. Again, a little bit further would be nice, especially with just the 2 players they've been running with for quite a while now. This is an achievement. The backside Weibo Gaming.
S17 consistent khắp mà thế, mấy sợ đất tama.
So unfortunate for WBG that
the
2-2 split is so suppressed by Morph and by Stalwart, to be honest. If they can get rid of those teams on their south, they have a much easier
time to keep the
position on the hill that they hold right now. This circle is better, I would say, for Major Pride than it is for DXavier. As Major Pride continue to make things happen now. Looks like the crowd might be swayed by it as well as the SCG fans now rooting for their regional comrades.
S7 chu pakhat ani ngat ma ka ti Rivo ani ngat tro Rivo le ka ril ho de char char ni ka sai chu ST te chu an vai ti muak ang char char ni nia cho pai man dom me cho ai po cha la ril lo po lang la
Trying to keep it together, but it's got to be a little bit too hard for them. Wymouse stays alive for WBG and they are all there, but by the skin of their teeth, to be honest, it is very unlikely that we'll see all 4 away getting back up from this one. Loco still crawling in. Secret agent Cody.
Cái đạn diệm lúc tụi lo, tụi thằng kumaron đã để cún nó sao ngay tụi lo. Cái spending ngan mấy lo. Rồi lằng lâu nè. Tuần lai cho mà. Phải mãi. Cà ruột cái mãi hay cái mà lầu ngán
from Major Pride's push over towards Weibo Gaming, giving them real chance into this match.
Mi pool mi ball lầu tum dịa xuống cầm mi ball lon xuống đầu.
Major Pride trying to shimmy down this hill. You can see the divot they hold right now has such an open angle towards Weibo and DXavier. Such a difficult cross. They've got some potential to drop a smoke or two and get a
Charap cả full mark là cho complain thôi. Chắc lâu. Nhưng sao tại mình ngay nè ha, theo mấy ta sát rồi là đi đây mà đều là mua xả. Delay rầy là win sấy sẹl bốc delay rầy đi sấy sẹl bốc cái tia tí đó.
This is what they were looking for, the 2v2 now, up and on the hill. Naomi, Dino both moving forwards, Wymao burning behind the vehicle, steps up for the trade but can't find it. They've still got one more player to deal with.
Sao tiếng đây bút chua là wa? Lát chua rồi nào. Ôi, motor po gắt luôn mà leo vậy chứ.
And WBG hold in a 2 versus 4. DXavier now looking to roll over the top of it and put this one to bed. DXavier turn the tables on them. And it's the team from Vietnam to be able to take them down. What a masterful set of rotations from this roster.
Sick game coming through from DXavier.
Full mark plus 10. Ta complain thằng full mark rồi sao?
Sick hold from Weibo Gaming. Keeps them on track. Hold it down. Imagine if they didn't go for the 2-2 split. the end of the day, maybe, just maybe, things could have looked a little bit better towards the end there, but it is PUBG Mobile. Things can always go awry. And
Sam cho lại ava hắn kinh chia. Vấn đề, hey, bay. Ava hắn kinh cho hairstyle shit lâu ra. Ngày na, dia makan langsar thầy silo ka sam. Kaling kan langsar ang team yom. Tao ni ha jo.
Really good to see. I said I liked what I saw. The adjustment from this team has come through. It was a very
Thật yang am hun chang ka te nei ve la cha kom tara.
It was the only play that they had available to them though to try and take the north point of the WBG hole.
Yeah, there was certainly a chance to make it right.
UK ah.
I think that approach a little bit. The issue you find is that you have the players two different locations.
Yesu ba za kai on na lam ti. Bipol mi ball lo tum so nang poi sam var thin ve tho kha. Oi. Khatiang khan rang nei noi lo. Oh. Oh, they think there's a lot of vector. Full vector nga ti ngai. Ni zana kan ti khom vek kha ma ne ni nge.
Certainly is. It's going to do wonders for their standings on the table. We said we wanted to see them stand up a little bit like IHC were doing yesterday. IHC also still getting like 8 elims in the match, remember? But DXavier certainly popping off really well. And you talked about that. Against Major Pride. They hadn't have done that at that point. There was no way they make this win.
It's one of the best things that DXavier
NV tingen khel ve lo le. An qualify lo. Impon is say guys the 7:15 ani chi a live ka ti top podanga zaina grand group final la top ber zaina last day nia grand final ti Chiang tu tur nia chuwang chuanin zaina match mu nam tak ne kan mu le tho don ne okay po kan lawin warm up vet na yo kan mu le tho don ne o zvain choi tu das relation ve hian live ron start lo tu mang oh bye ve ko
Second place to be able to earn enough points to be
Isul zam hian kei vale hi lango min phai katani eng kim chani hua mem itan te chan lai par ya ka hua ka the mong chei tau pun in ho chao po om se ka Summer fella smiley te pon an soi fo ma se an soi te zong ai pon ni moi zo an ni na ta ka chon mi sing trong hian an soi fia zo lo nge sim tu ku chung moi jen tir nam pon nang ma thau bai te phe ku gan nei ai sak long tin ni tle ka chak chi part tin jing a pon ang hi chu wi lang sar bi fan thi le yan khoi ve phak lo mi dang fa in chu bang chon a long ka tin long hi a dam chen am chen mong chei to pon in ho chang po om se Zong in la sa si Boi te han lui le la Ka ni moi oi phong kim Ka hin nghe ang Ka na zong in la sa si Boi te han lui le la đi isul giang hiền cây và lệ hi cất ta ni anh kim cha ni hoa mềm sao bộ ông sẽ cần tim nghe ông cần nó giống giống như là sắc xì bởi thế hàng người lẽ là cần ta đi môi ôi phong kinh Summer fella smiley te pon an soi phô mà xe ăn soi te zong ai pon ni moi zo anh nghĩ tất cả chôn bị sinh trong hiên ăn soi phía zo lo nghe xem tu cút xuống ngồi trên thiên nam pon nang mat thâu vậy te phíaกูกันในไอ้สักลงที่นี่เทกจักชีtin riêng à pon nang hit suy lang sar bi phản thì lại yan khơi về phácเรามีต้องฝ่ายจูบางชนแล้วลงก็ทิ้งลงเหี้ยดำเช่นเอาแค่มองใจตกปนอิงเฮาจากบ่อมเสcần tim nghe ông cần nó giống giống như là sắc xì bởi thế hàng người lẽ là cần ta đi môi ôi phong kinh cần tim nghe ông cần nó giống giống như là sắc xì hàng người lẽ là cần ta đi môi ôi phong kinh đi isul giang hiền cây và lệ hi cất ta ni anh kim cha ni hoa mềm cất thế mong thấy tàu bồn anh hậu sao bộ ông sẽ cần tim nghe ông cần nó giống giống như là sắc xì bởi thế hàng người lẽ là cần ta đi môi ôi phong kinh Summer fella smiley te pon an soi phô mà xe ăn soi te zong ai pon ni moi zo anh nghĩ tất cả chôn bị sinh trong hiên ăn soi phía zo lo nghe xem tu cút xuống ngồi trên thiên nam pon nang mat thâu vậy te phíaกูกันในไอ้สักลงที่นี่เทกจักชีtin riêng à pon nang hit suy lang sar bi phản thì lại yan khơi về phácเรามีต้องฝ่ายจูบางชนแล้วลงก็ทิ้งลงเหี้ยดำเช่นเอาแค่มองใจตกปนอิงเฮาจากบ่อมเสcần tim